What's up everyone, and welcome back to MMA Today. Paul Craig believes the UFC want him to lose in his upcoming fight at UFC 301. He faces off against rising Brazilian contender Caio Borralho in home soil this weekend and plans to make a statement with a knockout victory.
The UFC have obviously made this match because they want me to go to Rio and take the loss. They want to build this young guy. He's younger than me.
You really believe that?
I genuinely believe that. I don't know if it's just me being myself, being that sort of UK fighter, and we always kind of write ourselves off as underdog, and I think that might be what it is. I'm 36. What do you do with a 36-year-old champion if I get the opportunity to be a champion? It's much easier to push a Brazilian champion. It's much easier to push a much younger guy. It's much easier to push a guy who's got this unbeaten record in the UFC. But as I said, I've built a career on upsetting the norm with that last-minute submission against Ankalaev, the breaking arm against Jamal Hill. When my back's against the walls, when I do my best work, when you think Paul Craig's getting beat, that's when I do my best work. It's when you think Paul Craig should win this fight, that's when I don't really rise to the occasion. I know he's very well rounded, and I'm just going out there to have fun, put on a show as I always do, and finish this fight. Ideally, I would love to have some sort of knockout on my record. I've not had a knockout. I've had loads of submissions, a couple of TKOs, but a flatline knockout where I can showcase what I've been doing over the last couple of years at higher level. That's what I'm looking for in this matchup.
Colby Covington speaks on his future and a potential matchup with rumoured UFC 303 opponent Garry.
Yeah, I'm gonna fight this summer for sure. Someone's gonna get fought. So, they're trying to figure out who the biggest name and the best business that we can do for the UFC. So, International Fight Week is like their big event in the summer, capped off by this big pay-per-view on Saturday. So, I think that's when they're planning for me is International Fight Week, just trying to figure out who's gonna be the guy. There's this kid that's been calling me out, this kid Garry. He's a nobody. I gave him some stipulations. I said, hey man, if you want to fight me, you have to show me you're serious about business, because when I do business, I'm serious about it. Like I show up to every fight. I've never pulled out of one fight. I've been injured. I've been sick. I've been, this, that, but I always show up and do my business because I love the UFC. It's the greatest organization on world. So he has to show me he's serious. He was supposed to be in the last fight in the press conference. He pulls out the day of the press conference because he knew I was going to be on stage and we were going to have, some beef. So that shows me that he's not serious.
Garry responded to Colby Covington with a video he posted on his Instagram.
You want to call Colby the Cardio King?
Yeah, he proves himself the Cardio King.
Let's find out. If Colby finds himself to be the Cardio King, let's see if he'll show up June 29th, co-main, McGregor versus Chandler. And let's see if he'll put that to the fucking test, little wimp. Doesn't want any of this smoke. His foot's sore. Did you know that? His foot's sore. He broke his foot in December. It's April. It'll be 6 months by June. But no, his foot's sore.
Ready?
Iniciar?
Let's get it.
Vamos, Colby. Vamos, meu filho. And no, I'm not going to out cardio. I'm going to finish him in one. I don't need any cardio for him. This is for the rest of the division when I dominate. Dominate.
Jorge Masvidal says he got paid $5 million for taking the Kamaru Usman fight on short notice and felt he would have been taken advantage of if he hadn't negotiated that deal after selling 1.3 million pay-per-views.
6 days before the fight, the other route that they went with catches corona. And now the UFC calls me and they need somebody that can fill in a 6-day notice, fly across the world and cut 20 pounds of water in these 6 days and fight for a world title. And there's only one motherfucker in the whole world that could get that call for the bat signal, and that's this dude here. But I had to get paid, and I had to get paid very fucking handsomely for doing this. So they gave into all my demands that I had.
The most you ever made off a fight was $5 million. Was it that fight?
That's one of that's one of the fights that I made the most money, period. Because we ended up selling like right under 1.3 million pay-per-views. If I hadn't struck that deal with the UFC, I wouldn't have got nowhere near 5 million. I would have sold the same amount and got nowhere near 5 million. And I would have just felt like I got taken advantage of it. So part of me, the business side of me, the prize side of the fight was very, very much satisfied and happy, for my kids, for myself, my family. But the guy that always wanted that world title belt wasn't.
Horrific news hits the MMA community as Cameroonian news outlet 237 Online reports Francis Ngannou's 18-month-old son has passed away. These reports were confirmed by Sportsnet reporter Aaron Bronsteter. Our prayers and condolences go out to Francis and his family at this extremely difficult time. And that's all for today's news. Leave a comment letting us know what you think. The top comments will be featured in our next video. If you enjoyed the video, like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on the latest MMA stories. Have a great day, and we'll see you all on the next one.
Hey, are you still there?